Beloved, I want to say something, and it may hit you maybe good, maybe shocking, maybe right where it needs to. The Bible is not the problem. The problem is how we use it. If you're interested in building a life after church hurt, or a life after Christianity, or a life where you can be fully yourself, sexually, spiritually, authentically, as you live and move in the world, then this brief teaching might be for you. I'm Reverend Dr. L, the Sex and Faith Reverend, and I help you get free. And I do that through teaching, coaching, and creating space so that we can all live a healed, whole, and pleasurable life. I was thinking one day, actually, it was just last week, and I had watched a sermon by Howard John Wesley, and it was maybe the Sunday before Christmas. Anyway, one of the points of his sermon, I think the title was like Jesus Speaks. Don't quote me on it. December 2025, you can go and check. Anyway, one of his points was the way that God speaks is through the Bible. And he said this thing, it's not the Bible, it's how people use it. And that was like a right moment for me because through my own journey of healing and reconciling who I am as a bisexual woman and who I've been called to be as a Baptist ordained minister that loves God with all my heart. The Bible has been the biggest place of wrestle for me. And what I know to be true, beloveds, is that the Bible holds such a central place in how people understand God, how people understand what it means to live a faithful life. And yes, beloved, even how we navigate the notion of sin. But I'm here to tell you that when you make the choice to build, right, to reconstruct after you've done all the deconstruction, after you've asked all the what questions and the why questions, after you are ready to get off of that whole like carousel of paralysis analysis, and you get still enough, you have to come to your own terms with the Bible. And what I know to be true through my own lived experience is that the Bible, in and of itself, is simply a reflection of humanity's process of making meaning of who God is, how God shows up in our relationships, in our world, and even in our interior lives, meaning our hearts, our inner lives. And for millennia now, right? The Bible, it's 66 books, right? The canonical text that we use, typically use within Christian spaces, right? Especially Black church Christian spaces, um, is a phenomenal book. It has all kinds of stories, it has all kinds of proverbs and wisdom. It tells the story of the whole salvation moment, right? When God chooses to send his son Jesus, we just celebrated Christmas, right? And does that work in a way that, yes, has built the church essentially as we know it today. And yet, y'all, and yet the Bible is got to be the most problematic spiritual instrument that I can think of. Because from the Bible has come harmful messages, narratives, theologies that make people feel bad about who God created them to be, has been used to shame us. And honestly, I'm most perplexed by the fact that the Bible has been primarily used to keep us in line rather than to be used to push us and invite us to live a liberative, loving, bold, faithful life. And I do know, beloved, that once you are hurt, right, from the church, and once the Bible is used against you, it becomes hard to reconstruct it, right? It becomes hard to get back cozy with the Bible. But hear me now, and hear me when I say this, that our relationship to the Bible has a direct correlation with our relationship to God. Or said another way, depending on how you define God and the characteristics of God is directly linked to how you interpret the Bible. Because I don't know if this is like real data statistics, but I can tell you, as someone that's pastored people, as someone that has several theological degrees, a master of divinity, a master of theology, a doctorate of ministry, that when the Bible is used to liberate people, people find their path to freedom. And when equally the Bible is used to shame people and keep them in their place, people stay in that shame filled place. But all of that said, right, and whatever is coming up for you does not deny the reality that building and rebuilding your spiritual life, whether you choose to stay connected to Christianity or not, whatever your spiritual life consists of at this point in your own healing and reconciling journey, excuse me, the Bible has to be reckoned with. And so, my invitation to you is to consider three things. Number one, who is God to you? How do you describe God? He, she, they. I use all pronouns for God. That's a whole nother video. Who is God for you? Two, what are the good things that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt your life has been positively shaped when you read the Bible and decided to use it for yourself? And three, as you build this reconstruct, right? I'm using language of building and reconstructing because so often when we get hurt, we go through the what and the why and the deconstruction, but the beauty, the how do I say, the liberation, right? The pleasure is in choosing, this is how I'm going to use the Bible now. And this is the curiosity I'm going to bring to it. So what is the use of the Bible for you in your life right now? Whew. And I can tell you, and I wrote about this in my book, Faithfully Free, that when I fell in love with a woman and I came to accept that I identify as bisexual and that God still loves me, still has called me, is still using me to teach and to do the things that I get to do in the world, my relationship to the Bible made a 180-degree turn. And one of the models and frameworks that helped me to do that was rap. So if I've said something today, if you are scrolling and you happen to stop and you're just like, mm, okay, Reverend Dr. L, I hear you, but I don't know how to reconstruct my relationship with the Bible. I'm glad you asked. If you're ready to do that work, download my Wrap Quick Start Guide. It'll give you a quick win to be able to move from your place of confusion to clarity about what do you want the Bible to be? How do you want the Bible to serve your journey of healing and your life of freedom, of wholeness, and yes, beloved, of pleasure. So click the link in my bio, download the Wrap Quick Start Guide, and begin your own process towards redefining the Bible for itself, because the Bible is not the problem. It's how the Bible is used that's the problem. If you're ready, beloved, go ahead and click that link in my bio, download your rap quick start guide, and let me guide you and let us journey together towards getting free. Later, beloveds.